Silver Lions are the backbone of progression in Warthunder. They're how you buy new vehicles, upgrade your crews, and keep your lineup in fighting shape. But for newer players, managing Silver Lions can feel like an uphill battle. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about Silver Lions, how to earn them efficiently to avoid costly mistakes, and spend them wisely. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your Silver Lion economy, this guide will set you up for success. If you learn anything from this video, make sure to like and sub to the channel. It is always very much appreciated. And also, this is a great place to learn about Warthunder. But first, let's start out with the first question of what are Silver Lions. Silver Lions is the free currency for Warthunder. You gain them by just playing battles, logging in every day, or even completing challenges. Silver Lions do not have a maximum cap that you can find in other games that you may play, which means that you can earn an unlimited amount of them. At the same time, Silver Lions can be spent in Warthunder on many different things. The main thing that you'll spend Silver Lions on is purchasing new vehicles, upgrading your crews to expert, and finally the repair costs for your damaged or destroyed vehicles from previous games. You also have a ton of miscellaneous ways of spending Silver Lions as well, like reloading your daily task or spending your excess Silver Lions on loot boxes, which for a newer player, I would never recommend doing. Finally, the last way that you can lose a substantial amount of Silver Lions is by team killing. You'll be credited a penalty that will affect your overall Silver Lions earning from that battle, and you can go negative from team killing itself. Now, next, we're going to go on to the common problems that most people will face whenever it comes to Silver Lions. One of the main issues players run into with Silver Lions is not having enough to purchase new vehicles once they have unlocked them. This is especially common with players who buy top tier premiums and speed up their grind through the Warthunder tech trees. Another common problem is that you'll equip a vehicle into a crew slot and want to change it later. Well, now in Warthunder, you can actually drag that crew to another crew slot without having to switch it over, which I think is overall a really good thing. As you can see from the video right now, you can put it anywhere within your lineup. But if you do want to switch it over to a new crew, you will actually have to switch it over to the crew itself. If you're struggling with this common issue by basically not having enough Silver Lions, there is solutions which we'll get onto now. Next, we're actually going to look on how to earn Silver Lions efficiently. Before we get onto it though, it's important to actually state this a very important fact. While it's not needed as much whenever you're first starting out Warthunder, premium account is a huge thing to actually pick up, especially whenever it's on sale. It boosts basically everything that you do in the game. Your Silver Lions gain is increased by 50%. It increases your research, so you'll grind out tech trees faster. But the most important thing whenever it comes to a newer player and whenever you're learning the game is that you can never go negative with your repair costs. Now, you do have to still pay your repair costs, but let's use an example within the game. Let's say that you only earned 10,000 Silver Lions within the match, and then you accidentally lost 200,000 Lions by dying at the bunch. You can technically do this if you play Simulator and you just crashed over and over trying to take off. Now, due to this, you have to repair it. But with a premium account, your ending balance, instead of being negative 190,000, would actually be 0. So even though you only made 10,000 Silver Lions within that game, you don't have to pay anything. You just won't earn anything, which I think is a huge positive whenever it comes to actually owning a premium account. Now, at the same time, you do have to realize this, that you will not earn anything, and then also if you team kill, you can still go negative with a premium account. So premium account is 100% worth it whenever it comes to Warthunder. You should always be getting this first before you ever get premium vehicles, especially whenever it's on sale. Whenever these Warthunder sales come around, get it for 50% off and make sure to pick it up because it is the best investment that you can put into the game. And as you can tell, if there's probably going to be a ton of people in the comments, and make sure to put it in the comments that premium account is pretty much the only thing that you should pick up when it comes to Warthunder. It is the most value that you can pick up within the game. 100% recommend it, and it would just increase your Silver Lions earnings and makes it where Silver Lions, to me at least, is not even a problem anymore when you have a premium account. So the number one thing that you should do as a newer player, and don't throw the tomatoes yet, is basically get better at the game. Now, whenever you're getting better with Warthunder, knowledge is straight up power within this game. The more you know about it, the more weak spots you know, the more positions that you know on maps, the more that you know about your enemies that you face, the better off you will do within the game. And then you'll also get a ton more Silver Lions. So every time you get a death, every time you get shot down in your plane, every time just anything happens, if you get artillery, then you just realize, oh, I was on the capture point. Maybe if I see the orange smoke next time, I should move. The more you learn about the game, the more Silver Lions you will have the possibility to earn, which is just overall the best way to increase your Silver Lion count. The next thing that I would do as a newer player is that I would start preparing myself to have Silver Lion grinding lineups. Most of the time you can find these at rank 3 if you're a free to play player. Rank 3 is probably one of the best areas of the game just to play because you don't really lose that much, and then also you can gain a good amount of Silver Lions. And you don't even have to have premiums to actually use in these lineups. But if you do get premiums, there's a ton of them at rank 3 that can do extremely well within the game. And also for a lot of people, this is where they go to grind their Silver Lions. Some people even go from top tier down to rank 3 to just have a really good experience, because you can grind out silver lines there, you can do your dailies there for your battle pass, you can grind events whenever it comes to the Warthunder events themselves. So overall, finding really good rank 3 lineups for any nation, whether it be America, whether it be China, whether it be Russia, Britain, anything would just be the best way to actually grind out silver lions, especially starting early on. Then also, whenever you're grinding up the tech tree itself, if you need to just drop back down to rank 3, play that lineup again, you can. And it's just an easy way to grind out silver lions, in my opinion. The next thing that I would actually do is I would actually start getting into the Warthunder ecosystem. I did make a video on this, which you can actually go look at now if you want to actually see what happens. But the big thing that you really want to do is figure out when Warthunder is doing events, figuring out when Warthunder is just doing battle passes, and whenever you have the opportunity to get some free premiums, and go after them. Like, the big thing that Warthunder does compared to any other free-to-play game is, if you're a free-to-play player and you just have an exorbitant amount of time, now don't take this as like it's easy to do or anything. If you have a ton of time on your hands, you can go grind out vehicles and sell them on the Warthunder market. I do understand this really isn't available for console people, but whenever you think about it, right, if you don't have any money and you just have time, well, you can go play these Warthunder events, you can sell them on the market, you can get yourself Gaijin coin, and then you can pick you up some premiums, and then you can pick you up some premium account, which will be a really, really good thing to do. But yeah, overall, just getting used to what Warthunder does throughout the year. When new battle pass starts, when new event starts, and just be on the lookout, and maybe you're able to pick up some of these vehicles, and let's just say you don't want them, you can go sell them, then you're able to get a good amount of stuff. But also check up on the War Bond shop, because the War Bond shop itself is probably one of the easiest ways to get rank 3 to rank 2 premiums. Now, I understand we're making this video whenever the War Bond shop is really poor, but hopefully, this is optimistic dog here, we have rank 3s come back within the next Warthunder battle pass. But yeah, overall, this is the time to do it. Make sure to start to pick up some premiums, especially the free ones, and overall this will help you grind out silver lions a ton. Next, let's actually talk about game modes whenever it comes to grinding silver lions, because this is probably a huge one, and I know some of you are probably going to be like, well, I don't agree with it, and I kind of also, I don't know, I have my own ways, right? So when it comes to Warthunder, I feel like the #1 best game mode to play if you want to like not even try, not even do anything to get silver lions, is naval. The amount of naval just vehicles with their silver lions earnings is insane. And well, yes, many people don't play naval. It is one of the areas of the game that people go to just grind out silver lions very, very quickly. The second one, for me at least, I would say is ground forces, just because it is more reliable for me. Like, I can definitely have games whenever it comes to aircraft, like whenever I play ARB, where I do extremely well in, but then at the same time, I have those games where I'd get like 1 or 2 kills, or maybe I just don't get anything, and to be quite honest with you, it's a like boom or bust system. But with ground RB, at least, whenever it comes to actually doing pretty well, I have like at least 2 spawns, and I'm able to see if I can do anything within the game. So overall, to me at least, I feel like that's a little bit better. There is arcade, and if you didn't really know, there's like a ton of people in arcade that have probably billions and billions of SL at this point. And well, yeah, it is probably a very good game mode to play. But also, you got to remember about arcade is that many of these players like stay around like battle ratings of like 4.0 whenever it comes to their aircraft, and also for tanks, they're down there towards like the Panzer IVs and the T-34s. So they don't really play up the tech trees, if that makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, arcade can be really good as well. But if you want my opinion on it, just take a naval premium. Like, they're very easy to come by. Like, the Warthunder literally just gives these things away whenever it comes to the Warthunder battle pass majority of the time. So yeah, I mean, like, just get a naval premium, go play naval for like 2 or 3 hours, and you should easily come out with at least like 2 or 3 million SL if you have a decent ship to actually grind out the naval with. But yeah, overall, probably one of the best game modes to play whenever it comes to silver lions. But for me at least, I just prefer to grind at the same time, and then hopefully I make enough silver lions to get the next vehicle. The next thing I do want to talk about is wagers, and wagers is actually a pretty interesting thing for Warthunder, because I think most of them are pretty much useless, except for you do have a couple of them which I would actually say is actually pretty good to use. Now, the ones that's actually pretty good to use is best squads. That's probably the #1 that I would say that is easiest one to get, because all you really have to do is just have some teammates, and if you do want some Warthunder teammates, you can always join the Discord. There's always at least like 2 or 3 people down there playing Warthunder, and they probably would not mind if you squad up with them to do best squad wagers. But best squad is probably the #1 to actually do. You can do kill wagers as well. I honestly would just say it's only one of those things if you're a very good player to do any of the other wagers except for best squads. But yeah, most of those I would probably say is like not really that good to do if you're like a newer player to the game. But best squads is pretty much the one that I would definitely recommend doing. Just get a 4-man squad pretty much. Make sure you stay close to each other so you do get the squad or the teamworks. And then once you are like in the middle of a game or something, just get one player to jump into a plane and just kind of fly around and perform like casts or shoot down other planes, and then the range of the teamworks will be a lot better. So yeah, it's really easy to get, and honestly, in my opinion, it's probably the number one wagers that I do most of the time, and it would be the one that I would recommend doing. But yeah, you can do the rest of them, and I would highly recommend looking into it to make sure you can do it. There's some of them that are just crazy, like you got to get victories or you have to get the first and last kill of a game. And to me, at least, those wagers just aren't worth doing because there's so much luck involved with those that I just wouldn't really recommend it unless you know you can get wins or you know how to get like kills super early on and super late in the game. So yeah, best squad wagers, 100% the wager that I would do. Now, one final way that you can passively grind Silver Lions is playing helicopter PVE. This is like a way that you can like watch a movie or do something else and then you can just play helicopter PVE. The only thing about this is that you don't really want to die, especially if you don't have a premium helicopter, because the repair cost can definitely outweigh the amount of Silver Lions that you get. But this is a passive way. It's literally PVE. You don't have to worry about much. You basically will win every single game, and you should get a decent amount of Silver Lions, especially if you have like a premium helicopter. But overall, to me at least, it's not really worth it because like for me at least, I want to do multiple things, right? I want to grind stuff. I want to get SL. I want to do my dailies. I want to do events. And helicopter PvE, while yes, it is more of a passive way to do it, and even we can lob in the PvE whenever it comes to tanks and aircraft. I just don't think it's really worth doing because you can't do multiple things at once. And well, to me at least, I can make more Silver Lions by just playing PvP. So that's at least how I feel about it. The next tip is a tip for players who are not using premium account, and this used to be one of the best ways to actually save Silver Lions, but now since we actually have the new repair cost system where you can't basically lose your Silver Lions, this is only available for people who do not premium account or are completely just free to play players. So the benefit from this is actually turning off auto repair. The auto repair system is a system in Warthunder that is not well known about what it does, but at the same time, it is very much worth it if you're not running a premium account. So basically, what auto repair does is that whenever you come out of a match, it automatically repairs your vehicle. Now in Warthunder, whenever you don't repair a vehicle, you actually lose repair costs towards that vehicle. Now it can be a second, it can be 2 minutes, it can be hours, it can be days, it can be weeks, but whenever you repair that vehicle, it is actually going to be lower with its repair costs. A big misconception about this whole system is that it's just not worth it because the initial repair cost is only like 2 or 3 SL lower every time you do it. But think about it this way, if you're playing thousands of games, it's going to be lower and lower. But the big benefit that you see from turning off auto repair is actually whenever you stop playing the game for the day and you want to take a break from the game in general. So if you leave an auto repair or leave a repair overnight, and you come back the next day, it's automatically going to be like 4 or 5 to even like I've seen 10,000 before, depending on your crew skills, right? Lower in the repair cost itself. And especially if it's a vehicle that you're not going to play for a month or two, you can easily just get that vehicle completely free. So like I know people who go through all of their tech trees and they'll play vehicles until they just don't have any more vehicles which have a free repair cost on them anymore. And then they're all on like manual repair, and they basically just never paid repair costs for losing that vehicle, which I think honestly is a little bit of an interesting system. But at the same time, this used to be one of the best methods in the olden days before they actually updated premium account. But this is now only like pretty much something that you should turn off if you do not have premium account and you're only a free to play player. But yeah, it does save you Silver Lions. Some people say it doesn't do much, but to me at least, like any savings is going to be good, and especially since it is more of an overtime thing instead of your initial investment to it. You're probably going to see, like in my days of playing Warthunder, of having auto repair turned off, I probably saved millions of SL just from all of my repairs that I've done. So definitely it's worth doing if you do not have premium account. So now let's talk about the boogeyman, which is going to be boosters. As you know, it's a meme in Warthunder. You put on a 500% booster and you just die within the first 2 seconds, or you get Gaijin and you just have something randomly happen to you. Here's my opinion on boosters. Take that and just throw it away. That's the number one thing that I would say is like, don't put yourself into already a negative headspace with a booster, because whenever you do that, you're expecting to fail. And guess what happens when you expect to fail? You're most likely going to fail. So the number one thing that I would do is if you have a Silver Lion booster, which is insane, like you have a 500 or 300% or something like that, just go play whatever you can do really well in that makes you a ton of Silver Lions anyway. So if you have a 3.0 or 4.0 or somewhere there lineup, just go play it and just do whatever. I wouldn't ever really just like hinder myself with performance whenever it comes with a booster. For me at least, the way that I played Warthunder is I just throw them on and I just play the game at this point. But at least to me, that's at least how I play, because I don't really have to worry about Silver Lions because I can make them very, very easily. But at the same time, I think that's the right attitude to have about it, because once you start actually worrying about the booster that you currently have on and you have to do well and you expect to do well, that's whenever you just start doing poorly. So 100%, just if you have boosters, and just put them on and like just play the game. And then if you have like a really good one, like a 500, 300 or something like that, like I said, just put it on, go play the lineup that you normally do pretty well in, and then capitalize of whatever you get. And if you did bad, you did bad. If you did really good, you did really good. But don't never like just like force yourself to be negative already just because of the meme of like I put on a 500% booster and I got Gaijin within the first 2 minutes. So yeah, that's my recommendations for boosters. Definitely just don't let it like affect you as much. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to talk about is experting crews. So this is a very contentious topic, I think, because many of you are probably going to say, well, I expert all my crews just because I want to be in the tip-top shape and also do a lot of things. To me at least, while yes, I could expert every single crew that I play with every single vehicle. If you don't know what experting crews is, it's basically where you basically pay Silver Lions to get your crew to just be better. They reload faster. They'll be able to turn a turret better. They'll do all the things better, right? For me at least, I only expert crews on vehicles that I know I'm going to play often. So this means premium vehicles. This means vehicles like tech tree vehicles, for example, would be like the Jumbo Sherman for me. I'm going to play that thing a ton. Different vehicles I just know I'm going to play a ton. I want to go ahead and expert so I can go ahead and start getting the ace crew qualification done for them. But also at the same time, if I'm playing a vehicle that really doesn't need much of like help, like I think it's going to be fine, I just don't expert them. For top tier jets or something like that, I always expert them because you do need the extra G tolerance and everything. But yeah, like I said, it's not really worth experting to me at least. Well, some people probably disagree. I just don't feel like if I'm going to play a vehicle, spade it, and never touch it again, that's actually worth experting the crew, in my opinion. So that's it, basically what I think about it. But yeah, this is the tips for Silver Lions. If you want one more, I would definitely recommend having some sort of buffer of Silver Lions that you just never go below, just so you don't have to worry about anything. For me, at least in the past, this used to be 1,000,000 Silver Lions. As long as I was above 1,000,000 Silver Lions, I knew I'd never have to worry about repair costs. I knew I never had to worry about basically getting majority of the vehicles within the game. And then also at the same time, it just gave me like a good feeling of I had some saved up just in case I had to use them for something. And overall, it feels really, really nice. But yeah, these are the tips for Silver Lions. This is a video that I actually made in 2022 and I got recommended to actually remake it. So that's what we've seen today. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Make sure to check out other videos on the channel because it does have a lot of Warthunder knowledge. Hope everyone has a wonderful day once again. See you guys in the next Warthunder video.